Shifting focus to another global story at this hour. Now, a year after tensions in Jerusalem exploded in war, thousands of Israelis marched through Jerusalem's old city for the annual flag march, marking Jerusalem Day, which celebrates Israel's 1967 capture of East Jerusalem. Reports estimate that over 70,000 Jewish Israelis paraded through the streets. They entered the city through the highly symbolic Damascus Gate and walked through the Muslim quarter to the Western Wall, waving the national flag. Most hoisted the Israeli flags while others sang and danced. Some of the marchers chanted slogans such as "Deaths to Arabs." And incidents of violence have been reported during the march. Even though the authorities had deployed more than 3,000 police officers ahead of the march to maintain order, scuffles were reported across the old city with both sides clashing, throwing glass bottles. It has been reported that over 75 Palestinians were injured during the violence. Many Palestinians also staged protests. Raising flags, the police clashed with the protesters and used tear gas, rubber bullets and batons to control the situation. Israeli police said they arrested over 60 people for disorderly conduct or assaulting police officers, and that 5 officers had also been injured. This after Prime Minister Naftali Bennett ordered police to show zero tolerance towards Jewish extremists. Counter rallies were also staged by Palestinians at the West Bank, and Israeli security forces clashed with protesters who set tires ablaze. In Gaza, tens of Palestinians protested the march and burnt an Israeli flag. Earlier, violence was also reported at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, where Palestinians attacked Jewish nationals after they raised pro-Israel slogans at the compound. Israeli forces reported that the protesters barricaded the gates of the mosque and pelted stones at them from inside the mosque. Police further said in a statement that they locked the building's gates and made several arrests before the situation returned to normal around midday. Now, the march comes a year after tensions led to Islamist armed group Hamas to fire rockets at Israel, triggering an 11-day war. This year, the flag march comes at a particularly tense time. Over the past 2 months, Israel has suffered its worst wave of terrorist attacks for years, which has killed at least 19 people. Israel, in turn, has launched military raids targeting armed groups in the occupied West Bank, which has left about 35 Palestinians dead, including journalist Shireen Abu Akleh. The decision by Israel Prime Minister to let the march proceed as planned has been criticized. West Bank's Palestinian Authority warned that the march will lead to further escalation of war, while neighboring nation of Jordan, which remains the custodian of Jerusalem's Muslim holy site, also warned against the march.